Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Dodge. I'm here with my buddy Luke, and we're coming at you today with a race recap from the Silver State 300. I know we're a few months behind, but if you followed our social, you'd see that we were just partying it up at the lake. But the Silver State, what are we going through?
We're going to be covering tech and contingency, the start, and the finish. But we also got to get everything in between because it was a pretty crazy race, as we all know.
Yeah, contingency was way awesome. We saw tons of cool cars, tons of cool people, all sorts of vendors on the parking lot, and even tons of spectators came out even though the COVID-19 was coming through. But let's take you through a little more of contingency.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know what tech and contingency is, it's at the start of every race weekend, typically Thursday or Friday. Everybody comes together and it's a safety inspection for the race cars to make sure they're up to safety specs, everybody's safe so they can get out there and race, and it's also driver registration. So everybody's there with their cars, and it's a great opportunity for fans to interact and vendors as well to be there and up close and personal with the race cars.
We haven't been to a race in about 2 years, and so it was really fun to be able to catch up with some old friends and honestly meet some new people. There's a lot of new racers in the game, and we've had the opportunity to catch up and have interviews with a few of them, and we want to cut to those real quick so you guys can meet them.
Jordan Wall, we're at Flying W Racing. It's a father-son and basically a family race crew. St. George, Utah is where we're from. We got some great sponsors that back us. We love our Polaris Razor. We love our fuel, tire wheel combo. Blood lubricants keep us on the road. 555 Communications, UTV Pros for all of our pit support stuff. All Terrain Concepts keeps us lighted. And all-night races. Everything we run on this car's been tip-top. We love everything about it. Hey, how we doing, everybody? This is 2020 Silver State. We're out here with Rivershore Motorsports, getting through tech. Just finished, or actually we're about to finish going through that, get that done, and all registered, wristband wheelies. Getting ready to get out there and win the Silver State. Last year we came in third and fourth, so we're hoping this year's first and second.
Nice. Where'd you guys come in from?
We come in from Orange County, out of Anaheim Hills, Yorba Linda area.
How many of these have you done so far?
So this will be our third year, and it's actually our favorite race, at least my favorite race as a driver, so for sure.
That's what's up. Okay, who do we need to give a shout out to on these rigs?
Hey man, Rivershore Motorsports, they take care of us, they do everything. My man Rob Enlow, he's like the guy behind the scenes taking care of the car, putting everything together. Unfortunately, I work way too much, so he helps us out a lot, man. Otherwise, nothing would get done on that car if they left it up to me.
I'm Baker, and I'm from Anaheim Hills in Orange County, and we travel to all the BATD and works races.
Okay,
Yeah, we do
so
it.
you do all the best in the desert races?
Yeah, everyone.
Which one's yours? You got two cars
Yeah,
behind
so
me.
right now I've been driving 77, and it's under my name for this season, for 2020. And then my
Okay.
dad, Scott Baker, is under 1907, and he's been racing.
So you race against your old man, like what's that? I know how that goes, but
yeah.
like with you, is there a lot of trash talk at home?
Yeah, we always trash talk at the dinner table. Mom gets tired of it. So,
Is it just you, your dad, and mom?
yeah, and then Derek races, and a bunch of others, and my sister, she raced Parker in the short course race, but that didn't end well. She crashed probably 2 miles in.
All right. So your old man, you guys talk trash. Do you think you'll beat him today or tomorrow?
Yeah, well, last Silver State, I took third and he took fourth.
Ooh, so it was close.
Yeah.
All right, so Dad, you got to come over here. We want to hear some father-son trash talk.
He's like the Ryan Seacrest of the best in the desert out here. You're on it.
I need you and you guys. Like, who's gonna win?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was
well.
going for first.
So he's going for
Yeah, we're-
first, and does that make you for second?
I'm gonna bump first out of the way, so that I'll be in first. Like it's gonna be right here, running right down the road.
Yeah. So he's seventh, and then 14 or
13th.
He's 13th, 14th.
You're like
Dead
somewhere
last,
around,
huh?
somewhere around dead
So I'm
last.
telling
Yeah,
both
I'm
of
pretty
these
sure
guys.
we're actually like
You got a
dead
lot of
last.
cars.
I'm telling
Yeah.
both of these guys that if you catch them, their egos have some serious.
Oh my God.
They're gonna go through
We're
some
gonna
serious pain.
Hey guys, this is Austin with Multi-Tool Racing. We're here at the Silver State 300. We're from Corona, California.
How many times has Multi-Tool been here?
We haven't won here yet, but we're gonna try and win this weekend. So
This your second, third, fourth? Which one?
this is our third Silver State.
Nice. How many hours are on the machine, you think?
You know,
Really?
150 hours.
Oh, nice, nice. What kind of tires you running?
We're running the new ITP Tenacity tires.
What were you running before that?
The ITP Coyotes. These are a little bit lighter tire, not as aggressive as the tire compound,
Okay.
but they're still a really great tire.
Okay, what kind of suspension?
We're using the Walker Evans suspension.
Nice. Okay, what's anything factory on this thing still?
The only thing factory on it is just the motor, that's it.
Cool. Okay, tell me about the sponsors, dude.
Our biggest sponsors are Multi-Tool Grinders, Polaris Razor, Walker Evans, ICP Tires, OMF Wheels, Baja Designs, Trinity Exhaust, ZLT Graphics, Russ Warmick suspension.
Okay. What place are you guys starting in?
We're starting in 5th place.
Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm going to look for you in the other pits, dude. Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm Caden Wells. I'm the driver of the 1995 Polaris Razor. I'm from St. George, Utah.
Oh yeah, dude, we're from Utah too.
Oh, nice.
Nice. How many times have you done this race?
I'm pretty sure this will be my 3rd time doing the race, but I've done the track in other series as well.
Like, how'd you do last year?
Yeah, last year I only made it to about mile 70 and then had some issues that took me out of the race.
Oh, that sucks. Where are you starting at today?
I'm starting in 4th today.
Wow. Okay. What tires are you running?
I'm running the Tensor tires on Method Race Wheels.
First time, or you guys married to Tensor?
We started running them this year, and so far they've been working really well.
Okay. Tell me about the rig, dude.
It's got the chassis built, obviously, but it's still running the stock. We got the stock Polaris suspension, stock trailing arms. We got a couple of our own gussets on it and stuff, and then the Method Tensor setup, and Union Rapid Grab, assault mirrors. Everyone, there's a lot of people into it. This is actually the first Best in Desert race on the car, and it raced the snore race for like a break-in race, and it was running really well. And then once again, we had a couple issues that took us out of the race, but we got it sorted out.
Okay. Any sponsors we want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Polaris Razor, Method Race Wheels, Tensor Tire, Assault Industries, and Union Graphic Co.
How's it going, guys? My name is Adrian Oriana. We're here at Silver State 300. I drive the 1985 Assault Industries Rancho racing car. We're here with all my team, ready to go after this quarantine thing. We just come off a win at the Mint 400, and we're ready to do it again.
Where are you guys out of?
I'm out of San Diego, California, and I got guys all up and down SoCal.
How many times have you done this one?
Never done this race.
Really? This is the first one?
This is the first race.
Dude, what do you think about that packet that they gave you with the rundown on the mile markers?
I'm in, man. We'll take any kind of advantage that we can get. We broke it down on our GPS and all that stuff and looked at it and pre-run from the couch, as I say, and we'll see what happens.
Tell me about the tires. I heard you talking about them a second ago.
Yeah,
Tell me.
So we're sponsored by Fuel Off-Road and Fuel UTV tires. We've been using them for about 2-3 years now. Had 0 flats. The only flat I've got was last year, and that was my fault.
Anybody else we want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man, just all the sponsors, FK, Mob Armor, Assault Industries, Hunsaker, Fuel, Buggy Whip, Fox, everybody, Proline Wraps making the car look good. KC's going to provide the lighting for us tonight, so can't wait.
All right, so let's get right to it. Starting line Saturday afternoon, about 1:30. First guy goes off the line. His name is Colton Husted. Colton Husted, he won the UTV night race in Laughlin. He preps his own cars, and he's been racing his car for a little over a year now. I think he's about 20 years old.
Starting second, you have Seth Quintero, who he finished second at the Laughlin UTV night race, just 34 seconds behind Colton. And he's part of the Red Bull Junior team, and the kid is super, super fast.
Right behind him was Eric Briscoe. At the UTV night race, he took third. So you see right there, first, second, third, straight off the line from the last race.
Coming in at fourth, you have Caden Wells, who is a St. George native, state of Utah, baby. And it's a family team. Him and his brother both race for Risk Racing. Their dad's a part of the program, helps prep the car, and it's a Polaris Razor built from the ground up.
Joe Bolton's right behind him. Parker 250, he took second. We don't know him too well, but we had an interview with him. He races that multi-tool car, but he was fifth off the line.
Yeah, and then sixth off the line, we have Corbin Wells, Caden Wells' brother. He's also racing almost an identical Polaris Razor for Risk Racing, and same thing, self-built car from the ground up, and he got second in the Baja 1000. The kid shows a lot of future in the sport.
Yeah, and seventh, he has Braden Baker. He took first in the Laughlin Desert Classic. He's won the UTV World Champion short course. Like I say, he's 17 years old, pretty fast, totally like him.
8th off the line is Dominic Gaglione from D&G Motorsports. He was the Snore 2019 class champ, and he has 2 Polaris race cars.
So that was 8th. In 9th off the line was Troy Wall. Troy Wall, he races the Flying W Racing Razor. He's also from St. George, which is super cool. He's been racing for about 2 years.
Then coming in at 10th, you have Zachary Sims with Sims Racing. He's one of the few guys on the circuit that runs a Yamaha, but he's done really well.
Yeah, right behind him, starting in 11th, was Brett Ward. He's the BK Racing Razor. We were looking on his Instagram, and we saw this sweet screenshot, so we already like him.
Then coming in at 12th, we have Scott Baker, who is actually Braden Baker's dad with Rivershore Motorsports.
13th off the line was me. I went off the line. It was really awesome. You know, a little bit about me. We've won the World Championship before. We've won the Mint a few times. We raced the Digi Camel Ready car. But right behind me was Kristen Matlock, and that was a lot to hold on to.
Dude, Kristen's an off-road legend. She's on Team RZR, and she's got the bright pink car that you can't miss, but she may be a mother or two, but she'll still smoke you and most of the dudes on the circuit. Going 15th off the line, Greg Hempel.
Yeah, he's with Hempel Motorsports. He races an RZR. We haven't had an opportunity to talk to him or meet him very much. Come meet us at Vegas to Reno.
Yeah. Then number 16, 16th off the line, we have Adrian Oriana with Rancho Racing. He has the Assault/Fuel RZR.
Aaron Clark, also in a Razor. We also haven't had a chance to meet him that much, but come meet us at the Vegas to Reno.
Right after him is Josh Rowe, and he also doesn't just race UTV, but he also races quad.
So right behind him is Mike Pascarella. Hope I said that right. He loves America. He's a vet supporter. He's got the Red Cow Racing on his car.
20th off the line is Tom Walker. He's in the MRT Polaris Razor car.
The Christian Brothers RZR. Gotta love it, getting out there.
It's legit.
You know, gotta love the Christian Brothers.
Then, coming in at 22nd, we have Macy Poelman, his little sister. She's a sneaker designer. She's super competitive, and she's a genuine good time. We call her Mac, and she's always running and gunning to beat Dodge.
It's true, and she did. Anyways, so Scott Webster right behind her in 23rd off the line.
Then, 24th, we have the very last Maddie Wedeking, and I mean, we didn't get a chance to meet with her, but she looks really awesome, and her Instagram bio is just a girl who likes to go fast.
So those are the 24 people off the line. Stick with us. We're going to go through pit 1, a few other mile markers, see what physical times change and corrected times on the course. All right, so road mile 30 is around pit 1. You know, we can see as we pull up a screenshot here, we can see that the physical order really hasn't changed too much. There in the top 3, Eric Briscoe, past Seth Quintero. The Wells brothers have switched up a little bit. But like I said, for the most part, physical has stayed the same, which is no surprise, seeing it's only 30 miles into the race. On corrected time, though, you can see that Braden Baker is winning. He's also only winning by 3 seconds, which isn't too much. You know, also no surprise because we're so early into the race. The top 10 guys are within 1 minute and 20 seconds. The top 20 are within no more than 12 minutes. So you guys can see that, you know, this early in the race, it's too hard to tell, you know, what's going to happen, but maybe in the next 30 miles we'll get some drama.
So just 43 miles later, we're coming to race mile 73 at pit 2. And first through pit 2 was Seth Quintero. He's making up some time, and then second behind him you have Braden Baker. He's really made a comeback. He started 7th. Here through pit 2, he's in 2nd place physically. And then after him you have Caden Wells. Then following him in 4th, you have Corbin Wells. 5th, you have Dominic Gaglione. In 6th, you have Eric Briscoe. In 7th, you have Dodge Poelman. In 8th, you have Troy Wall. In 9th, you have Brett Ward. In 10th, you have Colton Husted. And so if you look, these guys down here in 10 to 15, they're still big-time people, and that's just the physical running. But on corrected time on the screenshot, you'll see that the top 3 right now is Braden Baker in 1st, then Seth Quintero in 2nd, with just a slim, only 20 seconds behind 1st place. Then 30 seconds behind Seth, you have Dodge Poelman. So it's a really tight race, but that physical doesn't necessarily matter as much as the corrected time.
It's super true. I mean, I'm 7th, on the course and 3rd on time. And if you notice, I don't know exactly what happened to Mr. Husted, but he dropped down to, whatever it is, 10th on course. He must have some issues. And then Braden Baker, man, he just keeps going up the chain, coming through the pit. He's first on corrected time. Then it's Seth. Then it's me. Then it's Caden Wells. Then Dominic Gaglione. You can read down that list and see that the times are still very close and we're still very early into the race.
Okay, so here we are at race mile 90. There's been a lot of change of positions. Kristen Matlock, she dropped back to 14th. And then you have Seth, he kicks it in gear and moved from 7th to 2nd, but is only 20 seconds behind the leader. So it's still really, really tight. And then you also have Josh Rowe, who made big moves and went from 18th on time into 6th on time, which is huge. He moved up, 12 positions, but that's on time. So physically, he still may be toward the back of the pack, but he's still doing really well on time.
Yeah, the race is getting a little tighter, as we're getting to maybe the middle or close to the middle of this race. Because as you can see, even my little sister, Macy, she moves physically from 22nd to 12th. Big moves on her part. Like we said, Colton had something happen. He moves from 1st all the way down to 18th physically. And, Braden Baker, he's only winning by 5 seconds, I think. And there's only a 2.5 minute gap between the top 8 drivers. The field is super tight. This is anyone's race at this point. So we just talked about road mile 90. At road mile 105, just 15 miles later, there was this pretty sweet crossing. We managed to get footage from a couple different people and them going through that. All right, so really quick, here's a screenshot of physical running through pit 4. So first, way out front, Seth Quintero. Second, right behind him, is Caden Wells. He's making some great time. He's actually second on corrected. 3, Colton Husted, who's made some big moves physically, moving up from his technical issue that he had early in the race. 4, Dominic Gaglione. And then 5, Caden Wells' brother, Corbin.
Yeah, so on your corrected time, as you can see, Seth Quintero is still in first place, and he's almost doubled his lead with a little over 5 minutes. And then in second place, you have Caden Wells, that's just about 5 minutes behind Seth. And in third place, you got our boy, Dodge Poelman, and he's only about 20 seconds behind Caden Wells. And then shortly after Dodge, you have Dominic Gaglione, and in 5th place, you have Josh Rowe. And so, as you can see, it's still a pretty tight race. I mean, second place to 5th place, there's only a gap of between those guys of about 1.5 minutes. And so, as you can see, everybody's charging hard and they're going fast.
But you can totally tell that Seth is really just taking the lead on this. So 30 miles later, road mile 180, you can see that Seth Quintero has a 6-minute lead on everybody else. But, second through 5th place is within 1.5 minutes of one another. One thing that's got to go show for this is, I was in 2nd place, I hit a rock. Josh Rowe, who was running in 3rd, falls out, right? Totally out. Colton out of the race. So there you go, right off the bat, here around 180, 30 miles from the finish line, your top 5 competitors all took big blows, some fatal for the race.
But they all took big blows because it's that 1.5 minutes. So they're all riding dust. They're all driving as fast as they can straight through dust where they can't see. For example, Dodge. You hit a rock going 15 miles an hour because he couldn't see it. So it's a really tight race, but people are really gunning to the end and trying to make some moves in order to move up in position. So unfortunately, they had to cut the race short at pit number 6, race mile 220, because there was a massive wildfire over by the finish line. And so we ended up the race, Seth pulled through. He ended up with a huge lead at the end of over 5 minutes, and he kept it through the end, and he ended up in 1st place. Shortly behind him in 2nd place was Caden Wells, and shortly behind Caden Wells in 3rd place was Dominic Gaglione. All 3 of these guys killed it all day. They were all fast, all reliable. For the most part, they didn't have many issues, and if they did, they were quick to fix them. Clean pits, great driving, and hey, they all drove Polarises, so they were reliable.
What can you say? You gotta love the Polarises. But we had a chance to catch up with them at the end of the race. And so we have some interviews from them three, along with some other notable people that we'd like to share with you guys.
No, the race went good. Started off second. I think we made the passer first, like 20 miles in, and from there, just kind of we ran to some traffic pretty quick. Some of the trophy lights and the unlimited cars, which is kind of a bummer. They're hard to get around this track. It's super single track. And yeah, she kind of ran her own pace. I think we might have gotten the win. Not too sure yet. I'm waiting on the officials. So yeah.
How'd the machine do?
Oh, my Polaris Razor factory race machine actually worked absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yeah, through all the tight stuff, through all the bumps, through all the trees, anything you throw at this thing, it's gonna take it.
Tires?
Yeah.
Wheels?
Yeah, this BFG Goodrich KR2 on a forged KMC wheel is probably one of the best combinations I've ever had. You know, it's a winning combination. We've proved it before, and hopefully we proved it again. Not too sure yet, so we shall see.
How many other races you guys got for the rest of the year?
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
You got where they tell you or what?
No, I think we have four more till the end of the year, and then this car will be retired, so she's gonna be an honor.
Yeah, are you recording right now? Yeah, so we lost about it was probably 600 to 800 RPMs throughout the race, and then at mile 180 the car decided just to shut off. But, yeah, I don't know, it just started back up after a couple minutes, and after it started up, then it was running lean the rest of the race, so we only had about half throttle. Otherwise, it probably would have
start back up.
It did, yeah. When it started up, it shot probably like a flame like that out of it. It was weird.
Is that the first time that happened?
Yeah, I've never had that happen.
You started up there. You were finishing up there. I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Yeah, hope for second.
I actually think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's going to be close with this dude. He started ninth, but I think he came in about 3 minutes behind or something.
Really?
So I think.
My elbow's definitely something wrong with it, and we finished, so that's all that I can ask for.
Now, this is your first race back after being on your mission for a while. Did it take a while to shake the rust off?
I don't know. What do you think? Yeah.
It was pretty good.
I think we got back into it pretty quick, and then maybe we got a little too comfortable, and we hit something pretty hard.
I see the dynamic duo is back together.
That's right. That's right. Couldn't have gotten here without this guy, Nacho. He's really good at fixing things, and even when I mess them up that bad, he can get us out. So the finish goes to Nacho and the team that's out there. They've been super, super helpful.
All right, you guys, as you can see, the race was really fun for a whole bunch of people. Everyone had their own issues. We came in on 3 wheels. Some didn't come in at all. But, as you can see, the finishing order from the start is very different. Seth Quintero obviously was up there. He dominated. Congrats to him. Kudos. The guy's really fast. But, Corbin Wells, he lost 1 position by 30 seconds. Kristen Matlock, we don't really know, how bad it was. I know that she had a fuel pump issue, and that's why she got taken out so far. It's always sad to see. She's a great competitor. Colton Husted, who won this race last year, he didn't even finish at all, right? So it just goes to show how much the desert can change on you in just a year, and how much luck really goes into some of these things. We also just want to say big thanks to Best in the Desert and all the volunteers who came out and helped. We know that it was a lot of work, and then a forest fire came in, which must have caused so much stress to you guys. You guys adapted quickly, changed the finish line, and the race was still an amazing experience for everyone. We want to thank all the vendors who came out, all the sponsors who sponsors all of these teams, whoever you are and wherever you're from. We want to thank you guys for supporting this sport. And, for the next race, Vegas to Reno, we want you guys to be a bigger part of this race recap. We want you guys to send us your clips. We want to talk to you there at the race, get to know you. This obviously is the first time we've done a recap like this, but it definitely won't be the last. So stick with us. Like I said, my name is Dodge, this is Luke, and this is our Silver State 300 recap.